You're listening to On the Verge on WTVU.
BU's only music and talk show, bringing you the latest in campus life, entertainment news, and trending topics worldwide, with stories from Verge campus and new music from Good Music All Day.
Everything you want to hear.
Minus what you don't.
Every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m.
I'm up this way past curfew.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is On the Verge, the official music and talk show of Verge Campus BU. You're listening on WTVU Radio, either via 89.3 FM, 640 AM, WTVUradio.org, or our mobile WTVU Radio app. We have had quite the interesting, don't know what word to use, episode this Sunday. If you were listening earlier, you caught our very strange headlines and hashtags segment. Then we had Just College Things with my awesome friends from another WTVU radio show, Shrug Emoji. Check that out tonight at 10 p.m. And we're supposed to talk about party culture, and I don't really know what we talked about.
It became a circus.
Call me at 617-353-6400 if you even understand what we were saying. And last but not least, we have my favorite segment of the show, our featured artist of the week. So why don't we have him introduce himself?
What's up? My name is Nick Cincotta, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm excited for this interview, and just want to say thank you to On the Verge.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's your friend?
And right here, my guy, Charlie.
Yep.
Charlie Gendron.
I don't know. I just handle most of Nick's stuff. Like, I don't know. I brought Spotify plays up, SoundCloud. I don't know.
The man behind
publicity.
the plays. Right here.
So, yeah.
Manager-ish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Publicist.
We got a team, so.
Publicist,
Very cool.
gets me out.
Number
Yeah.
one fan?
The one who reached out to me so
Yeah.
that I could get connected with Nick.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so then we love him.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
No.
This guy. He's the plug.
This guy right here. So,
Yeah, he was ready to improvise and pretend to be you.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Nick stepped out to get some water, and Charlie was like, if I have to be Nick, I will. So that's a friend.
I'm curious to
I
hear
almost
that.
started singing the song for you, so I was like.
He
curious.
was ready to compromise his identity for you.
I want to hear an impression.
No, I'm not doing that. No way.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
I'm promising our audience we'll get to that.
Jesus.
So why don't you give us like a bit more about yourself, Nick?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I mean, my story consists of I've been on this road for a very long time. So I really got introduced to this whole music thing when I was very young. Age 7, I started playing the piano, and I was taking piano lessons, and from there, I was always obsessed with performance type stuff. Like, I would learn all these songs on piano, and every chance I got, I would play in front of people, like schools, like the school, like chorus concerts. I would always try to do that type of stuff, and I always would, and I loved it. And then at age 13, I was like, okay, how do I take this and turn it into something that I could market and something that people could listen to? And since then, so at age 13, I just saved up a bunch of money, bought myself a computer, a couple of beat making things, and just some equipment and stuff, and then just blindly just put together music. I mean, it was awful, you know what I mean, because I was 13 and it sucked, but I still put it out. I didn't care. Something just in my heart just said yo, you got to do this, and I just did. So at age 13, I put out my first I put out 10 songs that I produced myself, and since then, I've just been working on my skills, working on my fan base, getting better, trying to get more people to hear me, exercising a team, just getting everybody put together. And since then, we're just on a roll with just getting out there and things like that. So that's pretty much brought me from there to here right now.
That's amazing. And how old are you now?
I'm 20.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So that's really cool. Gotta start somewhere. Even
Absolutely.
if you're 13 writing.
Yeah. I mean, that's
songs.
the best place to start,
Yeah, definitely. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So how, obviously, at some point you couldn't do it all on your own. So how did you start building your team, such as how did Charlie get into the picture?
Word. This is it's my favorite part of one of my favorite parts of music is working with all my friends and stuff. So the team consists of a whole group of people. when I realized that like I want to take this to a more serious level, and that like I can't be, online making connections and like hitting up people like constantly, and doing like everything constantly, where I just need to be focusing on like cutting records all day and like doing features and things like that. So when I realized that, well, I kind of like got really into the whole like putting the team together when I started. Like I read more. So like once I started reading more, I read more about like teams and like leadership and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, like you know what, I need to like apply this type of information that I'm reading into like real life. And ever since then, I've been I just like had all these people in front of me, but like I didn't really like realize that like my whole team was like right there all along. And then when I realized that, I was just like, yo, like guys, like hang on, like if we all like find a skill and we all do something, we all find our like our best skill, we can like perfect it and we can move like very smoothly. So then ever since that, like we kind of just been figuring out like who does what best and whose position is who's meant for what position. And then like ever since then, we've just been getting better at what we do. So that's like my favorite part. I don't know, collaboration with people. It's like awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think it was like once you had that support system of people, did that kind of change the game for you?
Absolutely. You can't do this alone. You cannot do this alone. And I'm very thankful for everybody, that comes through for me, just because, it's like this unconditional love. Like we all just like have this type of goal and we all just want to get somewhere, and, everyone has their own lane and avenue that they're working on, and it just works. And like, it totally just turned up our speed of moving. We can do way more with people. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And since you started at such a young age, I'm sure people were probably like doubtful of you, right? When you started off.
Yeah.
So what was that like? How much did that kind of push you to prove people wrong, I guess?
Word. I love this question because I was a 13-year-old kid putting out music, and like obviously like I would walk around my high school. I mean, like my high school years, I kind of dealt with it like the entire time, and like I got really used to it. I just sort of looked at it like it was funny. Like I kind of just dealt with it the best way I possibly could. Obviously everyone thinks it's a joke. I'm 13, I sound like a little kid, the music is bad, and like everyone's just like kind of like laughing and doubting and be like, what is he doing? Like he's not gonna go anywhere, this, that, blah blah blah. But like it's irrelevant. What happens is when someone steps out and does something that's like not normal, it's like obviously everyone's gonna look at it and like make fun of it just because they're insecure about the fact that you're doing something that you want to do, and like maybe they're not doing what they want to do. So that's how they cope with it. So I just kind of recognized that at a young age and just like almost like felt bad. Yeah. If someone like made fun of me, I almost like felt bad because I was like, damn, like you're not doing something that you love. Like they don't get it.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. That's a great way to think of it.
Yeah.
I know. Do you guys know who Jake Miller is?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So he went to a high school near mine, and I remember when he was like first starting out and putting on YouTube videos, everyone in our town was like, "This kid isn't gonna go anywhere," and they were so doubtful of him. And then he ended up getting like pretty.
Wait, are you
famous.
from Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. I actually opened for him once.
No way.
Yeah, I did.
That's in Florida?
No, in Boston.
Oh, sick.
He's a good dude. I like him. He's a nice kid.
Jake's great.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like he can make it. Like, at least, like you said, at least he's doing something.
Right.
And then he ended up proving a lot of people wrong. So I think that's really cool that
he's huge now.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's actually pretty funny, like, just coincidence-wise. I just posted an Instagram photo of me at your concert when I was covering it for you. And one of my friends who I just, like, met this like semester reached out, like sent me a Facebook message. She's like, wait, do you know Nick? And I was like, yeah, I've covered for him a few times. And she's like, I saw him when he was at the opening act for Jake Miller.
Really?
And
that's
like,
really
oh,
funny.
See,
with you.
Yeah, small
like,
world.
Yeah,
small world.
So how did you make those types of connections?
There's really no formula to it. It's honestly just being hungry.
Yeah.
The fact that I wanted to open for that show so bad, and I just hit up everybody. Didn't take no for an answer. Tried to just sell myself like, look, like I can bring this amount of people, like just let me do this, like give me a shot, blah blah blah. Like no. But then like eventually, like you keep trying, you get a yes out of somebody, or you find someone that's gonna help you. Just being hungry, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you have anyone on your team who already was like familiar with this world, or like Charlie, had you done anything like this before? Or were you all kind of new to it?
I'm not new to this. I've been doing it for like 6 years. I started out with like a hip hop artist, and then I started getting into like the EDM scene. And, like I've been all over the place. I haven't been like with a solid artist, but I've worked with many artists. But Nick's been like the most consistent artist I've worked with so far, so it's been great. I don't know. I was just trying. I built up a like big contact list over the years and stuff of people in Boston. I've just been grinding for 6 years, so I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
He's been
Nick.
doing he's been making connects before we even linked up to work together. So that was like a key piece. He's always been involved with music. And at the time when I opened for Jake Miller, I had one kid running around with me. His name's Andrew Scola, and he's been with me for a very, very long time. And he's always he's great with social media. He helps me out with all that kind of stuff. And at the time, I also one of my producers, EJ Noro, he was also with me at that point. So it was it was on the smaller side, but we've grown since then. But at that point, that's who I knew and just who was helping me out.
Yeah, definitely. And I know now, your SoundCloud is huge. You get thousands of plays on the posts that you put. So when did that kind of start picking up steam? Did you start off on SoundCloud, or did you do YouTube videos?
I've had my SoundCloud for a very long time. I'm not really that into. I mean, I haven't been as active on YouTube. SoundCloud's really a good platform for me. Mm-hmm. My YouTube could be better. Same thing with my SoundCloud could be better. It always can be better, but. SoundCloud is my favorite, and that only recently started happening literally within the last 2 months. So that was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Charlie had told me about the whole 5K to 36K, which is pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
in
Well, now it's at 40K on Spotify,
Yeah.
so I was pretty
Amazing.
excited about that.
That's so incredible.
So that's just that was me just I don't know because I know streaming's starting to get big, so I started looking into
absolutely.
Spotify contacts, and I hit up the Netherlands everywhere.
Oh,
And we
wow.
finally got someone to
Really cool.
yeah, so his song's really big in Amsterdam right now. So.
Yeah, that's
Wow,
actually
funny.
so that's
my-
what's going on.
my highest streamed country is the Netherlands, believe it or not.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's kind of. I mean, Europe is a huge market. Sometimes
Yeah.
people blow up in Europe before it even gets here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because they think we're so foreign to them. So it's oh my god, an American kid,
Yeah, yeah.
this is cool, and they just love it, So it's kind
Yeah.
of interesting.
Ooh, I would when I meet people, I'd be yeah, I'm really big in Amsterdam.
Yeah. No big deal.
It's a great when you meet girls.
I'm exotic.
Throw that one out there. I think it'll work.
That's awesome.
So what was it a particular song that you think really helped build your fan base? Because I just watched your new music video, Where's the Love, and it's literally just you and a bunch of fans, and
Yeah.
it just showcases how people really love you now. So
Yeah, I wouldn't say any specific song. I think the collective of them, I touch on a lot of different subjects. I'll go to many different places with my music, some that are really positive and helping people, some that are just having fun and just being slightly cocky on occasion. But, that's just having fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Sometimes,
absolutely.
do that a little bit on occasion. And then other songs where it's just I don't know, feel good, chill. There's a lot of different styles, but I think it's the love for the music just comes from the collective of approaches that I take,
yeah,
So
definitely. And since SoundCloud is your most important platform in a way, and so many people use it. We've talked about this before. There's so many artists on SoundCloud that sometimes it can be hard to catch those listeners.
Right.
So what do you think is most important when it comes to differentiating yourself as an artist, and how do you get people to listen to your SoundCloud as opposed to others?
your brand, your sound,
Yeah.
your uniqueness.
How would you describe your brand?
I would describe my brand as this. I'd say before. Okay, so I mean, my brand has developed. It's changed. It's evolved. I wouldn't say changed, but it's evolved, and it's constantly evolving. And I already have an idea of where my brand's gonna go within 2017. So it's gonna take a little bit of a not a spin, but it's just gonna get turned up. It's gonna get more interesting. So I'd say my brand consists of what I stand for is just that perspective on how to look at things. I always tell this to people. I try to represent this in my music, where it's it's all about how you look at things, your perspective. When you were 5 years old, right, and you walk around and everything's so exciting. You look at you meet a person, you see an object, you do whatever, something, you eat food, and it's the most, it's so exciting, it's so happy. That still is in all of us, you know what I mean?
Sure.
That just exists in us. But as we get older, we forget about it because there's real life, all this crap and everything. You got to deal with real stuff.
Yeah.
But keep in touch with that little exciting piece in you, and life is good, just always enjoy, relationships
Definitely.
are very
Hang out
cool,
with that.
everything is super cool, so if you look at it like that, you can just
Optimistic.
Yeah, I
so
love that.
that's what I try to do, and try to get people to really feel that and think about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's different perspective,
Absolutely. That's going to be my excuse when I get overexcited. I did this morning on the show. I'll be it was the 5-year-old in me coming out. I'm sorry.
Those munchkins.
No, it's so true. I think that's really important. And that I think is what makes people successful, because those are the ones that are driven, like you said earlier, the people who are hungry, and that's what it takes to really make it.
Yeah.
You just have to go after things yourself, because no one's going to hand them to you.
Yeah.
So I love that. That's super important. Do you think also in terms of branding, it's advantageous if people compare you like, oh, Nick Cincotta is just like, I don't know,
blah, blah, blah.
He's the next fill in the blank. Do you like that, or would you prefer to be totally different from like some top 40 artists?
I mean, this is how, I mean, in today's game, you're not gonna, unless you're like super different, you're not going to like really get your brand out there. So I mean, people are always gonna make comparisons no matter what, so it's like I can't like avoid that, and I just like respect the fact that people always are gonna compare, like, oh, you're like this or you're like this. But even right now, like where my music is at, it's still like, I don't think, like, I'll be honest, like I don't think it's like at, like really where I want it to be in terms of like that uniqueness. So I'm always working, and right now I'm cooking up a lot of music that's like gonna be a much more like better version of me and my brand, that's gonna be like a different it's gonna like separate myself. So 2017 I'm gonna prove that to people. But yeah, I mean, people are always gonna compare, it's whack, but you just gotta deal with it, I guess.
And you just don't
It's
milk
fine.
it.
No, it's just like, oh yeah, thanks,
Exactly.
I don't get offended.
I think it's pretty original though, like your take on remixes, because a lot of SoundCloud artists or just YouTube stars will take songs and just do covers, and they're like, oh, it's my remix, but is it really you're just singing the song? So I think it's cool how you'll take like just kind of like the background or the production of the song, and then you change up the lyrics,
everything,
and like totally put your own twist on it. So when did you decide to do stuff like that?
Recently, when this guy, he's on me constantly. He's like, yo, remix this. And I'm like, oh, I'm busy.
Charlie's like too hyped.
Yeah, he's like, yo, just remix it. You know what I do is before I remix a song, like he'll tell me, and he'll be like, yo, new song, remix this. I'd never listen to the original. I don't. I just like, I don't listen to the actual song until I remix it.
Okay.
Because it doesn't bias me. I just like get the instrumental. I'll take the link. He sends me a link. I copy and paste it, send it to my producer. I'm like, yo, remake this beat. He sends me the beat back. So I just get the instrumental.
Oh, wow.
Totally fresh perspective on it. It's like it's a brand new beat that I just got, so I don't even know. And then I make the song, and then after I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Mine's better.
Whenever the Chainsmokers drop a song, I'm like, hey, just remix it, because it's gonna be big anyway. So I'm like,
for sure. The Chainsmokers have been on this episode so much.
I know, actually.
We're like really giving them some.
They should
advertising.
maybe help us out a little.
I know.
Next interview? I don't know.
Sponsors, unofficial sponsors.
Charlie, hook it up.
I can.
With your connects. No, I think that's a really interesting approach. I've never heard an artist do that.
So wait, I have a quick question about the legalities about covering things. So do you guys have to call the management for that? Or
no, I mean, I actually did talk to the management for a while, because I used to manage a singer, and he used to write for the Chainsmokers. They never like actually like picked up a song that we wrote, because they're like, I don't know, they're too big for us. They don't care about us. So, but no, I mean, no, we can just release it. I mean, it's kind of like a 50-50 shot, because the SoundCloud copyrights and all that stuff.
Right.
But he like we upped the tempo, I think you said, right?
Yeah, switch it up a little bit, and no profit. It's just SoundCloud. There's no free, no ads.
That's the thing. Like, he's not really taking money away.
If he was selling
from
it, then
I can't put that like on Spotify or iTunes, because I'll get paid, but like I can't. So SoundCloud's free, and it's like there's no ads, and there's like also like SoundCloud has done like a new option where you're allowed to do this, and there's like a Creative Commons license that you can like when you're uploading it. There's like a lot of options you can select, and there's one thing that you just don't click, and you're straight. You're good.
Don't press that button, and you won't get sued. Perfect.
Exactly.
So going back to shows, when did you start doing like really big shows?
Let's see. So I did my first show at 16. I was opening for people for like 2 years. Was just like hustling tickets, selling tickets for other artists. Then once I started to get fans, I realized like, okay, like let me do this myself. I'm gonna book my own venues. I'm gonna do it. And I started doing bigger shows, I'd say at like late 18, 19.
Okay.
And that's when I started. Yeah, and then I just started to do like some bigger stuff, like like one time, like I don't know, opened for Fetty Wap once, and that was like a good show.
No way.
That was fun. Yeah.
Where was that?
It was at Merrimack College.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So that was epic, and that was like super fun.
Did
Energy
you get
was
to meet
crazy.
him?
Yeah, briefly.
Oh my gosh.
Briefly. He was
I
busy,
love
but I
Fetty.
was just like, "Yo, what's up, Fetty?" He was like, "Yeah." It was hard though because I mean, not in like you know, he has like one eye.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if he was like looking at me or like,
Oh
he
my
wasn't. But like, nice guy, nice guy.
Oh my god. This is like
Yeah.
with Waka when I was helping Sammy, taking photos for Sammy.
Yeah.
Like Sammy was chill, talking to me, all this stuff, and then like Waka walks by, and I'm like, oh hey Waka, and he's just like,
Yeah,
hey. I'm like,
those two are
okay.
always. I feel like they're always together. I always see them.
Yeah.
Like at least like
Who?
3 times a year. Waka and Sammy. I don't know. I feel like they're always like.
Huge college artist.
Yeah,
No, that's
exactly.
what
Actually,
it
Also,
is.
like, Waka's always in Massachusetts for some reason.
Yeah, I
He's
saw him
always
in
there.
Manchester, New Hampshire one time at a gas station. I was
What?
like, hey.
At a gas station?
Yeah, dude. He's like walking out.
Waka
Yeah.
just walking by
Yeah.
right now.
Waka Waka.
Yeah, I saw
Waka
Drake
Waka.
once
Waka
at a
Waka.
McDonald's.
You know,
No.
they do TV
Oh, I
series,
thought you were
Waka
serious. I was
Waka.
like, what?
I was trying to contribute to the conversation.
I was like, that'd be cool.
No, but I like to throw out there that I grew up living next to Rick Ross. That's
Oh.
my
No, you lived in the
contributions.
same neighborhood?
Yeah, 3 doors down.
What?
Ricky
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh, his house on like the older one maybe on Cribs.
Yeah,
Yep.
the one on Cribs. I literally was like watching from the
I've seen-
sidewalk as they
No.
filmed it. Yeah.
I'm a big Rick Ross fan.
He's great.
Yeah.
He was really good friends with my dad. They watched
Really?
their dogs
Oh my
together.
God.
No way.
Yes.
That is so cool. Man, I'm
Bit of, like,
super jealous.
backstory thing.
Boss.
Wait, this isn't about me. I'm sorry.
Oh
I will
my
move
God.
on.
It kind of is now that you dropped that.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry.
That's
I gotta,
cool. No.
Everyone was talking about rappers they know. I wanted to contribute. Okay.
That's bigger.
No, I know
That's cool.
Nick Cincotta now, everybody. So that's pretty cool.
Add that to your list.
Yeah. So let's talk about fans then.
Mhm.
What has been like or when did you start getting like a notable response and be like, wow, I actually have a really big fan base? And what do you think that came from? Like SoundCloud? I know you put out music videos too.
My fan base has been built on personally meeting people.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
not
good
through
one.
the internet, believe it or not. The internet, I haven't really exercised the internet to its fullest potential yet to get fans. Most of my fans I've met in person. I've met them at other concerts, handed them a CD somewhere, like promoting somewhere. Like me and my friends will just go somewhere with backpacks of CDs, just give out tons of CDs, and like we'll get the responses online. And I started to notice like, yo, like this works. Like they're really like they vibe with this. Is I'd say like 18. When I graduated high school, I was like, okay, like, wait, I'm getting responses here. Like, let's
Yeah.
like keep going. Let's keep getting these fans. And eventually, I knew that like I meant something to these people when like one girl said like my music had like saved her from suicide and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, oh my god, like that's like that like hit me here. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah,
like, wow,
that's
like
amazing.
wait a minute, like they really like love this, you know? So to me, I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. And one girl like tatted my lyrics right here, and like I was like, wow, okay, like people like really like this, you know? So I was like, wow, this is great. I'm gonna keep.
No, she didn't like it that much. It was like, okay. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
No, it's cool.
No, that's amazing. Those are like really hardcore fans.
Yeah.
And I think that's kudos to you, not only because of your music, but just the fact that you were actually going out there and trying to meet people. I don't think a lot of artists do that. Even the ones that are coming from like the same type of background, in the sense that they're just growing like on their own through SoundCloud and stuff. I
Yeah,
still
and a
don't
lot
think.
of trying to do like social media, which I mean I also appreciate because they're still getting really directly like with their fans, but
Yeah.
like still the in-person thing is such a huge factor and
Yeah.
adds so much more value.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
especially at the beginning.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
'Cause
never
they'll
too
carry
cool.
on,
You know,
loyal.
never too cool.
Yeah.
If I have time to like go say hi or like be like, what's up? They love that. Like, why
Yeah.
would I not?
Like
You know?
after the show, he got off the
Absolutely.
stage and went and said hi to everyone at the
Yeah.
concert. So
Yeah,
it was, it's
Yeah, you
pretty
got
cool.
it.
how he
Yeah, that's
connected
so
with them
nice.
like
Mhm.
I know Nilu and our other intern who's not here today, Elena, went
that. Yes, I
to
remember.
your recent show in Boston, and they said the crowd was like,
Yeah, they were
So
just, like
amazing.
all pushed up against the stage, like so excited. Yeah, that was
love
great.
them. Love them to death. You know, I can't do it without them. I recognize that.
yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
We're getting a call.
I know. I don't know.
So-
It might be the next show, hoping to come in.
Caller 25.
WTVU.
It's official.
No, this isn't Nilu. Yes, 1 second. Sorry about that. Nilu had a call. Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, so your show in Boston.
Yeah.
So where was that at? It was like a big one, right?
Middle East downstairs.
Oh, that's like a huge deal.
That was fun.
Is that kind of one of the bigger shows that you've done, or?
Yeah, around there. Bigger, a little bit smaller than some other things that I've done, but
yeah,
whatever. It was
definitely.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Just as long as the fans come through. Love to see them point the microphone and then they sing the words. Like, that's like the greatest feeling ever.
Yeah.
So.
No, I really like that music video. I mentioned it earlier, the one for Where's the Love.
Yeah, thank you.
What show was that at?
That was the one you're talking about.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
Most recent one.
Yeah. Everyone should check it out on YouTube. Where's the Love? It's really cool because it just demonstrates, like I said, your fan base.
Yeah.
A lot of artists, like, they'll do those music videos that are them at concerts, but they don't really show, like, meeting the fans and just, like, the personal side of things.
That's what I wanted, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So I think that was a really great idea. So do you stick to the Boston area, or have you been traveling?
We've expanded. I've done shows, like my own shows out in New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Philly, all different things like that. I've done shows in Buffalo. And that's where we, those fan bases are smaller out there, but, you plant seeds and seeds grow,
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it's been growing out there. And then also social media has helped me with growing those without having to actually be there, because I can't be, like, out in Buffalo every day, or, like, I can be here every day, but that's where, like, the SoundCloud comes in, and that's where, like, random people have, like, yo, I found this, like, randomly, like, online, like, I love this, so that's where, like, that comes from. But yeah, we're just trying to saturate New England, get these fans really listening and spreading the music, like, everywhere. But the more we keep working, the more seeds we plant, the more they grow.
Absolutely. I love
Absolutely.
that. So we're going to take a quick little break,
Cool.
Play a couple of your songs. Before we started this interview, just to remind our audience, we were playing some of Nick's songs already. We had his remix of Deja Vu. We played your original song, Curfew. Now we're going to play a couple more, and then we'll be back with Nick Cincotta to end the show. So stay tuned.
Sweet.
2 a.m. in cities, girl, it's new to you. Cameras flashing in my face as usual. Why you so distracting, girl, you beautiful.
And we are back with On the Verge on WTBU Radio, everybody. That was Where's the Love by Nick Cincotta, the song that we mentioned earlier with the new music video that everyone should check out. And then before that, we played, I'm going to butcher this name, Dan Bilzerian?
Got it.
Yes. And they have a funny story to tell us about that. Go for it.
You want to tell it?
No, you can. You're wrong.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, the creation of that song was super cool. You remember it, right?
Yeah, I was in the studio for that
We were in
one.
the studio,
Cool.
and I went out on a limb on this record because I don't usually make music like this. It's just like kind of crazy type, just like that turn up stuff. And I just went in the booth and just laid the hook down like out of nowhere, kind of just like yelling stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was super hype, and then everyone was like, "Yo, like what just happened, bro? Like what is
crazy.
this?" And we
I
all
was
just
like, yo,
were
this is the
jumping up
best-
and down.
This is the best hook I ever heard in the studio.
And we were just like
I wasn't
vibing
even
to
working
it.
with
Too
Nick then
hyped.
either, so I'm like, oh yeah, like
Yeah, and then
I'm like, holy crap.
we're all like, "Yo, no way that Dan Bilzerian will ever like hear this," or like we're like, "Yo, imagine if he heard this." And then out of nowhere, he was on his Snapchat and he was playing it on his Snapchat. And it's cool because he's he's got like millions of followers and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, like all right, he heard it, like that's cool.
Definitely.
He didn't like tag my name in it or anything, but who knows?
So
Maybe he'll play it
But
again.
it was yours.
But like
Yeah.
his Spotify plays are going up, so people actually are searching the song now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Which is
but-
good.
Yeah, that's so cool. And
Definitely.
I had never heard of him before. I'm totally out of the loop, but he's pretty famous, right?
Yeah, he is. He's not exactly like your role model, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's tough,
So
so,
it's So it's not like I really like I'm not like I don't really like stand for like all the stuff like he does and like says and things like that. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's, like, it's kind of rude, and I'm not really like rude like that.
Right.
But the song's still like very lit, and like sometimes we wake up feeling like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Feeling like you're cool, I guess.
Definitely.
Feeling cool
Yeah.
with Nick Cincotta.
Feeling cool.
No, any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
awesome. So we're going to end our show with our routine hashtag. So whenever we have an interviewee on the show, we have them fill in the blank. So hashtag on the verge of blank.
Success.
All right.
Beautiful. I
Wonderful.
love no hesitation. He was ready to answer that question. That was awesome. Any final questions from our interns? Want to wrap it up?
Well, I'm just like curious, like, what was the hardest part of like getting to this point? Because you said you've been doing this for a while, so like, even if it's just like one moment where like you just felt like things are getting tough.
The most difficult thing, I mean, I hate the word difficult because difficult is just like an excuse, but
deep.
The hardest.
Our intern snaps in the corner.
I don't know. What do you think's been tough about this? Like,
honestly, I think just like all the stuff going on that we're planning for 2017.
Yeah, multiple losing sleep.
Yeah,
Losing
that's
sleep.
Definitely one thing that's been
multiple
happening.
Objectives at once.
Yeah,
just
and
balancing your schedule.
And you're in school right now, right?
I am a part-time student. You know?
Okay, but still, that's like another thing to have on your plate. So crazy.
Just getting those classes done. But yeah, I'd say time management, making sure everything's getting done on schedule, and just keeping consistent and stuff. Just constantly making content, making sure he's hitting up people. You know, everyone's like doing their jobs and things like that. But yeah, that's probably the most difficult part. But before we go, I just want to say thank you guys so much on the Verge.
Of course, thank you. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, no doubt.
We're excited to see all the new music that you put out and see what's coming from you in 2017.
Hashtag on the verge of success.
Yeah, on the verge of success. I love that.
Absolutely.
Let us know what you're up to. We will definitely share it. I'm sure our audience will want to know in the future. So
let me make a shout out to my boy Charlie.
Yes.
You know, my boy Scola, my homie Adam Gudadaro. All these guys, helped me out. EJ Noro on the beats, Android on the beats, my homie Knowledge, my homie Raptor, everybody, just getting it done. The whole team.
Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work, everybody.
Yep.
So, quoting Blades of Glory. It's fine. It's like not even from anything like serious or motivational. It's just like a ridiculous film. It's fine. This has been our awesome exclusive interview with Nick Cincotta and his boy Charlie.
Yep.
Another great episode of On the Verge. I just want to say thank you to my team. We have been on the air for 2 months now. We have had an interview every single episode.
Nice.
We are just crushing it. Our first review came out this week, and we had an amazing review from the WTVU team. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, and I hope all of our listeners, aka my mom, keeps enjoying our episodes. We're having a lot of fun.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. I love
all
you.
All the moms out there listening.
On the Verge.
On the Verge. That's right. On the Verge of success. And we're going to close it off with another song from Nick. Any requests?
I don't know. What haven't we played? I don't know.
Overtime? Because we're kind of overtime on the show.
Never Going Back. That's a cool
Never
one.
Going Back.
Never Going
right
Back.
here. You got it.
That's a cool one.
This has been On the Verge.
Peace out, guys.
Woo.